Mi-Ling's Comfort Zone. Mi-Ling's Comfort Zone. Live life like you want it to be. Come visit me in the Comfort Zone.
My guest today is Katie Hemkinder. She's an author and mother of two who has a candid take on motherhood despite all of her challenges. Hi Katie, thanks for joining me.
Hi, good to be here.
Gosh, it's so good to see you again.
Thank you.
You know, I love your book, and you know, it is definitely a hilarious guide for new moms.
It's truthful.
It's so truthful. And you know, even people that don't have children can relate to this.
It's really the book that I wish I would have had when I came home from the hospital with my newborn daughter without a clue what I was doing. And I started feeling really isolated. Was I the only one that didn't shower in 7 days and couldn't find time to eat? And I just started feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. I was really fat and I couldn't get it all done. And the more moms I talked to, they felt the same way, only they didn't talk about it.
Right. It's kind of like a guide. And of course the granny panties. We all have to wear the granny panties after we have the baby.
Thongs. The thongs are pushed in the drawer. You just gotta pull up your big girl granny panties and just get going with it. Because whether you lose the weight, your body's just different. And it's, you just kind of have to embrace it.
Right, right. And that's exactly how I felt. And of course, my first child, I lost almost all the weight. Started at 115 pounds and got up to 160, and I lost it all. And then my second one, my son, he came out like, woof. And then he was really long, too. He would hang down, you know, and I would hold him. And, you know, I lost some of the weight, and then I gained it back, and I lost some of it. And I was like, oh, God, is this going to be it?
Yes, and that's what I talk about. There's a chapter in my book where I talk about bodies, and you have this alien body, and you've got stretch marks and hemorrhoids, and you're leaking from the boobs, and you're like, what is this? I did not sign up for this.
I know.
Even though it's all worth it in the end, and God gives you these angels to raise, but it's hard work.
It's hard. And you know, for me, when I went in the hospital with my second child, you know, it comes quicker, they say.
Yes.
And with my son, and so the doctor came in, checked me, and you know, I was so many centimeters, and he says, oh, you have time, fine. And the nurse comes back in, I said, now? And she goes, oh, it couldn't be, you're so many centimeters. I said, check it. So they were trying to give me a block.
The epidural. Oh.
And the baby was coming. So my husband's like, okay, honey, breathe. You know, the Le Mans thing. And I was like, this word is not working. So I was like, get it over with. And so then, of course, they try to give me the block. And then what happened with that is, after I had the baby, I couldn't hold it because I was passed out.
Oh, bless your heart.
I was passed out, but it was something. But you never remember the pain, do you?
You really don't. And, you know, and then just the recovery afterwards is hard. And you have this baby who's crying and you don't know what you're doing yet, and you're still trying to eat breakfast and go to the bathroom, and you try, I mean, just
and you had two at one time at one point. Or did you, this was the first one when you wrote the book?
Yes, well, it's kind of a compilation of things that happened with both of them. I had my daughter, Maddie, and then 9 months later found out I was pregnant with my son.
Oh, you're one of those.
So
you did not follow.
I peed on a stick like 3 times, like 4 or 5, and I was like, it's positive.
Okay, now hold on. Did you not follow your doctor's instructions?
You know.
The 6-week deal?
No, I did. Are you kidding me?
You
I was
did?
like, I think we have to wait 6 months. He's like, no, it's 6 weeks.
6 months. Yeah, exactly. But it's so worth it.
It is.
But you have some other challenges with your little one.
Yes, my daughter was born with several visual impairments. She's legally blind, will always be legally blind. She sees decent up close. She has no distance vision. And so it has been a challenge. She does well. I mean, she really does really well. And
does she see silhouettes and a little bit of color?
Up close, she sees decent. It's distant, she doesn't see it all. And her lenses were removed, and so she does not have lenses in her eyes.
Oh,
she's known as aphakic. And so she wears contacts in her eyes, and my husband and I were trained to put baby contacts in her eyes when she was an infant. So that's very
Now,
important.
did you have a support group, and when did you know that your child was visually impaired? What happened that she wasn't looking into your eyes?
And I never had a baby before, so I was like, I don't think she sees us, but she seems to see the light, and I don't know.
So she would look toward the light.
And we finally took her in. And now I want to redo her room.
Oh,
and I know
she's
you are.
3.
She's 3, and you are. She no longer needs a nursery, and I want to do something for her where you know, can enhance some of the vision she has, and you're the design
Oh.
guru, and so I want you to tell me what to do.
Well, one of the things you can do, actually we have these beautiful plates, which is a good example, the butterfly, which is, you know, a big story of mine with this butterfly. But when you have contrast, black and white, you know, maybe pink and green, or some bright colors that are contrast, black and white is really good for people that are visually impaired. Because I had a lady on the show, and she was telling me about all of these things you can do. So if you have, like, do her bedspread and things like that, or even some wallpaper, don't make it too busy. And they can see better with the larger pattern, of course, than a small pattern. Because she could actually, she should be able, and I don't know her, you know, how she can see, but she might be able to make out the pattern and know that she's in a certain part of her room.
Mm.
So you might want to put it just on one wall where her playroom is, where her where if you put a little stuff up for her to play with, then she will kind of recognize that immediately. Another thing that you can do is in her room, if you divide it up into a play area, or even your hallway, I don't know how your house is, but you could have the carpet different. So maybe you'll have a wood floor when she steps out of her bedroom, so she knows she's in the hallway. And I don't know if you have all carpet, but that would be a really good idea.
We do have all carpet, and we don't know if we should do the wood floors or the laminate.
Well, here's the thing. Regardless if you do the wood or the laminate, it will give her a sign of where she is.
Okay.
And do you understand? And she'll be able to say, well, I'm outside now. And I'm sure she's pretty good. She could probably run around that house. But, you know, it'll give her a little special, she'll feel it. Because those senses are much better than her visual. So when she steps out of her room, she'll automatically feel it. Then she can walk up and down the hall and then do another one in the kitchen where just maybe slightly, maybe a tile, and then she'll be able to maneuver around the room. And then in your son's room, you might even do another little carpet or something, even the texture. But I think that that will help her to guide herself throughout the house and give her visual cues that she can use. But these great big butterflies, or black and white patterns, are the best, even more so than the colors, I think. At least that's what I was told by a lady who was on a show not too long ago. And so I would do that, and I would ask her, you know, what do you like? Do you like butterflies? And I don't know if she knows what a butterfly is.
She does.
She does. But ask her what she would like in her room.
Okay.
What would you like in your room? And then, you know, find something that will, she will be able to get a cue. So that when you put a little play area, she'll know.
Okay.
And I think that that would be really great. Now, is there a support group in a special organization that is a nonprofit that has,
There is the National Association of Children, or of Parents with Children that have a visual impairment. I believe it's called NAPI. And we're a part of that.
Okay.
But it's still, I mean, still in our area, there's not a lot.
Not a lot. Do they have summer camps or anything like that?
They have a yearly conference, and we haven't been yet, and we'd like to go.
So you would find out at that point if they have summer camps and other things that
But they
she
do. I
can
mean,
learn.
we have learned lots of. There's a amusement park set up just for low vision kids.
Fantastic.
There's hiking trips, and I mean, we have met so many cool people in the process. I mean, we've met a 17-year-old who's got a dog, who plays the guitar. He's completely dark, and he's going to college, and he gets on the plane all by himself. I mean, we've met some really cool
I like
people.
what you just said. He's completely dark.
Yes.
I would never have said that, because I would think that would, maybe people would take it wrong. He's completely dark, but that's the term.
That's the term.
So not blind, dark.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Blind catches a nerve with me, even though that's the proper term as well. But people I've talked to, they're like, well, I'm not blind. Like,
I'm dark.
You know, saying blind, I don't know, for some reason has a negative connotation. I'm completely dark. I see only dark.
It's kind of cool the way you first said it.
Well, thank you.
Completely dark. It's like, I want to go there, you know, it's something. Yeah, well, you are a wonderful lady. Thank you again for coming on Mi-Ling's Comfort Zone. And everybody, will put all your information up on the website so people can get your book. And you keep it up with the blog.
Thank you.
And let me know how it's going with your little one, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Mi-Ling, and we'll be right back.